Hey guys, so I want to get through this video pretty quickly because if it is a certain amount of time, I cannot post it. So I want to get through this super fast. So if you need questions or anything like that, let me know in the comments below and I will definitely answer them. I just want to get these tips out to you so that I can upload this for you guys. This video is going to be a little different. This is going to be about smoking. And I'm not meaning cigarettes. I mean the other stuff. Yeah. So, if you do smoke that, and if you are interested in that, I am not judging you. I used to smoke, and I do still have some of my items and some of my things like that around. So, I decided, let me do a video on this to tell you guys, because my tips are very helpful, I think, because I've never gotten caught. And today's video is going to be on how to smoke in your room and not get caught. Yes, not get caught. And I've never gotten caught, ever. And I was smoking for a good 5 years, so getting caught was not a thing that ever happened. First step, if you have a lock on your door, lock that door, because you do not need somebody barging in, seeing you smoking, and you just get caught automatically. If you do not have a lock on your door, start to enforce a real rule, and I call it 3-door knock, or 3 knocks on the door. If I don't answer after 3 knocks, I'm not available to talk to you. And I enforce that rule when I live with my mom. If I didn't answer the 3rd time, then I'm not available to talk to you. And we, sometimes we didn't really abide by the rule, but most of the time it really worked out to our benefit. Well, also, you want to start to introduce smells into your house. I mean candles, incense, Febreze, Airwick, perfumes, things like that. You want to start, or colognes if you're a guy. You want to start to enforce that smell in the house so that it's not too suspicious when you spray it when you have smoked. Also, I tell you, and I tell you, and I tell you, please, 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 make sure you know your family's schedule. If you have a time in between where you have an hour up to 2 hours of time, then it's okay for you to smoke. But if you're going to smoke and your parents are coming home 10 minutes later, I don't think that's the best idea, because 1, the smell will linger on for those 10 minutes and you will get caught definitely. If you know that your parents go to work at 6 in the morning and they come home at 5 and you go to school from 8 to 2, you have enough time in between 2 to 5 to smoke. If you know that you go to school with a sibling, and you come home at the same time, maybe you shouldn't smoke in your room, period, unless somebody's not home. And I say this and I stress this enough, because having that little bit of time, having that 30 minutes just to make the room smell normal, it helps a lot. And I tell you, it helps so much. Another tip is to make sure that you have curtains. If you have curtains, it helps you so much, because you have some type of barrier or some type of blockade so that the smoke isn't going towards your door. You also want to smoke near a window, even if it's not open. Like for right now, it's winter time. You want to smoke towards a window, even if it's not open, because the vents that are around it, or the ventilation that's around it, you want to make sure that the smoke goes through that. Another thing is, if you are the one holding onto the weed or carrying the weed, you want to have some type of container or something with a top or something like that, so that you can keep your paraphernalia in there, so that the smell isn't going throughout the room. Also, if you have a bowl or a bong or some type of device to smoke out of, you want to make sure that it's constantly clean, because the residue, which is the black stuff that stays inside, is still in there, and you want to make sure that it goes away and it's not there, because you don't want that smell to linger in your room or in your area. Also, if you use candles, or if you introduce candles, keep a candle close to your door, and I mean sitting on the floor or something, and keep it lit. so that the smell, if it does get to the door, it kind of grabs it out of the air and it just ferments it. Also, if you have some type of reason to have some type of air wick or scent bug or something outside that automatically moves the smell or grabs the smells or sprays constantly, you want to, if you have a reason for that, you want to do that. You want to start using it. Because, like, for me, I've had turtles for 6 years, and that fell in between the time of smoking. So, by me having these turtles, it helped me mask smells, because I have that outside my door, so it wouldn't really smell as flagrant. Also, if you have a really organized house, and Lysol is kept in the kitchen, or in the bathroom, or not in your room, you want to have a reason to be able to just spray it whenever you feel like, because your turtle smell or your dog pooped in your room. You want to have some type of excuse prior to it happening. Another thing is, make sure that you wash your hands or use some type of hand sanitizer prior. Because by you using hand sanitizer or using something to clean your hands with, it takes the smells off of your fingertips, which helps, because if there's smells on your fingertips or there's things, if anything smells, parents start to notice it and they start feeling very suspicious. Also, make sure that you introduce mints and gum into your home. So start asking your parents to purchase gum or mints because you like to chew it during school, or if you're not in school, you like to just have mints around the house when you're hungry but you don't want to eat something. You want to have some type of excuse to have gum or mints in the house. Also, if you start showing that you want gum and you come in the house chewing gum, or they come home and they see you chewing gum, it doesn't look too suspicious of you chewing gum. Why are you chewing gum in the middle of the day? Or you want to also get mouthwash. And you should have 2 types of mouthwash. You should have the very strong fluoride kind, which you keep in, if you have your own bathroom, in your bathroom. Or if you share a bathroom, you want to keep it in the bathroom. And you also want to get like a mini or a big size and have somewhere to hide it of the non-minty or non-fluoride kind. Because by you having that mouthwash in the house, your parents are going to start to look at the mouthwash. And if they start feeling that they, if there's something going on, or if you're starting to smoke or they feel suspicious, they're going to look straight at that mouthwash and they're going to start seeing that if it's going down, there's a reason why you're taking so much. So you want to have your own mouthwash, and you want it to be non-minty, or if it is minty, you want to have some type of sweetening candy so that it just doesn't smell as potent. You want to just make sure that you're covered in all bases. Also, you want to make sure that if you are going to start smoking, or if you are going to start hanging out with people who smoke, you want to make sure that you never, and I mean never, smoke in a ventilated area with like a vent, place with a vent. Because if you do smoke with a place with a vent, you're gonna make the house smell. And I'm saying don't hang out with people and smoke in a well ventilated area. And I say that because my room is pretty small right now. I have a few friends that do smoke, and I do have a few friends that smoke at my house when I was in high school. By having those people over, we would smoke in a bigger area because there's more of us. By smoking in my room, it was easier to mask the smell or to hide the smell. But by smoking in an area with a vent that leads out to the house, I stress enough to close the vents close them down. Because if they're closed, there's no reason for the smell to go through the house. You also want to smoke somewhere where there's a door or some type of something to stop the smoke from going throughout the house. And I have my basement downstairs, which has a vent, and it has a door to go outside. So you want to make sure that you keep that door to go outside, and you want to make sure that vent is closed. Even if it's wintertime, make sure you smoke completely outside or something, especially if you are going to smoke when there's people home. But my best suggestion is not to smoke when people are home, because it just gets very complicated and it gets you very paranoid. And then you smoke, and you don't want to be paranoid. Smoking is supposed to make you feel better and not to make you all tripped out and paranoid. Those are just a few of my tips for smoking in a room and not getting caught. If you want some tips for smoking outside and not getting caught, I can give you those also. One more tip that I have is if you have a screen on your window. I heard of people making cones and stuff. That's stupid. If you're a rebellious kid, just take the screen out and flip out about it. Because if you just bug out about a screen being there, oh, I feel trapped in my own room, I would like to just bug out about it. Then they'll just leave you alone. But if you're a kid who, not a goody two-shoes, but you don't argue with your parents as much, but you do smoke, you want to make sure, you want to say something like, oh, my screen's really dusty, I don't like, it makes me cough if my window's open, I can't clean it. You want to have some type of reasoning for taking off the screen, because smoking through a screen is just a hassle. And if you do have a screen, learn how to take it out. If they say, no, you can't take it out, leave it there, it's safety, then keep the screen in there, but learn how to take it out and put it back in very quickly. Also, I say, if you have the screen that lifts up, and I think all screens should be able to lift up a little bit, lift it up, don't be lazy, blow it out there, and you're good to go. Less cleaning. Also, if you do smoke behind the barrier and you do decide to smoke 30 minutes or 10 minutes before your parents are coming home, which is not the best idea, you have that barrier and you can just spray Febreze or perfume or cologne just to mask that smell a little bit more. These are the ways that I never got caught. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to get this to go as quickly as I can. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments below. If you like these videos, like it up, comment it. I'll respond if it's a question. Yeah. So if you like this video, if you want to know more about how to hide smoking if you do smoke, and I'm just telling you now, I don't smoke anymore, but I am telling you, just be safe with it. If you are going to smoke, smoke around people that you care about and you can trust, and that's all I can say about that. And smoking really doesn't do anything to benefit you, but if you love it and you can't stop, then do it. I don't care. Go for it. It should be legal. It shouldn't be legal. Whatever. Just do what you gotta do. As long as you're safe and you're not hurting anybody else, you're good. Alright? Have a great day. Love you guys. See you later. Safe, peace, everything, all that stuff. I'm out.